let's see. Let's head south. We got as much fuel as when we started, so we were up here at the Chapel of Lights, and we had 16 fuel and 7 food. And I haven't spent any scraps at all, and we're still at 16 fuel and 7 food. So the idea is you just travel around with your light off. How's my terror? My terror's at 50, so I need to start thinking about turning my light on. So we're gonna start burning our fuel much faster, because I don't want to get over 75. But if we don't find Gaider's Morn, we may have some trouble with that. Oh yes, that is exactly what I wanted. You have to find Gaider's Morn right away, and the Mangrove College is another one. The Cherry Man might send you to any of those 3 places, and if he does, you can't come back without, you just can't come back without doing it, or else you'll piss him off and then, rip your life of crime. Yeah, get terror to 50, and then, once it's at 50, then you turn your light on, and you start caring about it. But your first 50 is free. Yes, the light eats your fuel it eats a lot of fuel really fast. I mean, your fuel goes down so fast when you have your light on. It's insanity. But now my terror is like 60 something, so I'm going to turn it on so I can get back to London. I want to get back to London before it hits 70. At 70, I'll get a nightmare. Might be worth. No, I'm not gonna spend any on terror reduction. Strategic intelligence. Oh, I have 2 of those. Now I can make a vital intelligence. That's another reason why you want to go to the Gaider's Morn, because then you can sometimes get intelligence to make into. Oh, I can't because my stats are really shit. But yeah, if my stats weren't so shit, that would have been awesome. Oh well. Oh yeah, no. At 100 terror. Okay, so what happens at 100 terror when you have more than 1 crew is your crew mutinies, and you're presented with 2 challenges: a Hearts challenge or a Irons challenge. The Irons challenge is to kill your crew and put down the mutiny by reducing them by half, and the Hearts challenge is to dissuade them into not being so upset. And if you lose either one, you die instantly, and that's game over. But if you win, you're very severely crippled. Your ship is barely able to move. I think the Hearts challenge, actually, you're okay if you get Hearts. That's the only reason I would recommend having high Hearts. Most of my other captains don't have it. But the Irons check is pretty good. You kill half your crew, and then you go so slow you'll run out of fuel and die. Unless you go to the Con 8 or one of those fueling ports that I showed you in my previous run. That's why it's so vital to know where you can get fuel, because you will run out of fuel if your crew goes insane. I like to keep my terror at like 75-ish. Oh yeah, another thing. Never, ever, 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 ever buy food and fuel here. They are the most expensive place ever. Oh man. This is the port where you don't do. Ooh. Oh yeah, you can sell mirror boxes here for 300, which is a terrible price. Because you buy the box itself for 250, so you made 50 profit off that. That is nothing. You lose some. This place is terrible. Just come here to do Cherryman quests and then leave. Never do anything here. We're gonna be our own pirates. We can make so much better profit on our own. I'm gonna start hugging the landscape and turning my light on when I can't hug the landscape. If my terror goes red, I'm gonna have to turn my light on. I'm gonna try and keep my terror under 70. I'm gonna head 1 more port, and then we'll get Mutton Island and oh yeah, the say events. Oh, that's true. The one thing about Gaider's Morn that no other place has is it has incredible stats gains. Say events. That's what they're called, say events. And you can raise your stats really high. But yeah, look at those prices. Yeah, you agree with me, Space. Those are the worst prices in the whole game. Like, I mean, you saw how much profit we made on the Sunlight? Imagine if you sold it here, you'd make nothing. Yeah, dang Corsairs. I'm surprised so many people are still here. You know, I was like, this is just tiny chat. I've been playing for hours, so I just really love this game. It's so good. This will probably be the last place I go before I head back to London. I'm just gonna leave my light on because I have so much fuel. So much. I forgot how efficient these engines are on these ships. They're so efficient, you almost can't die. Unless you're trying to. Or if you're doubling back on yourself instead of doing a loop. Always do a loop. Like, see how I made a big, funny loop shape? Always do that. Never go like this. Never go like that. Or like that. Or like this. Or like this. You want to make a circle. You can do north loops, or you can do south loops, and it depends on where you're going. Good place, again, if you go to the surface you could say and come back, but my ship's not big enough to do it. I don't have a big enough hull. You need like a merchant ship or something to do this. Yeah, or actually, how big is the hold on this? 40? Yeah, no, you could do it. You don't, but you need 8 or more mirror boxes to make a profit on the fuel. If you don't have 8 or more mirror boxes, you're breaking even. 25 echo profit. I don't know why that's so funny. What is my stat? What can I use that for? Oh, it's nothing. Rip me. Okay, we're headed back to London. We don't want our terror to get too high. I think I can hug the coastline and save fuel on the light. I think after we get back to London, I'm going to wrap this up. My throat's getting so sore. I would have loved to go longer, but I think it's a good place to end the chat. Basically, the idea of being a starting character is you keep doing this until you have enough money. You find the salt lines. So, like next time, instead of going towards the Chapel Lights, I would slice it, so I hit more darkness. Although, actually, no, this tile is dead, so I would cut this way. I wouldn't cut diagonal. I would cut into the center of that tile, the center of that tile. This tile I've seen, that tile I've seen, that tile I've seen. So then I would have to go south. The south lines are probably here, here, or here. Irem is always here. King Gaiders is always there. Iron Republic is always there. The Iron Republic is good for fueling. You can get fuel there when you first land. And you also want to compile report there every time you go, even though it'll eat your stats occasionally, because you want to get the blue Sinilac for the buff weapons. But that's the idea. You just make a loop, and you have to know the size of the tiles. The tiles are this big and chops, and they each one have one island in the center, except for a couple of them don't have anything, unless that's been changed. Fair point, Otara. Is yeah, if you're a capitalist, you're not gonna have fun. Why am I not having my light on? I'm so used to it. My terror's probably too high. No, I have 66 terror. I'm okay. Oh, it's because I was hugging the coast. Yeah, so when you have your light on, things attack you, and it's not a good time. Honestly, it's never a good idea to dissect those, except for once to read the story. I should be hugging the coastline to save on the terror. Dissecting those things gives you a single fragment, which is so poor. You're not going to get anything out of that. One fragment is less than worthless. Whereas a fuel or a food is worth 10 echoes. And no, you can once your Iron Republic gets high enough, you get the report there almost every time, the Fallen London report. I don't know if that's a bug. If it is a bug, someone report it. But I've seen it almost every time I've been there. I've gotten the Sinilac. So yeah, we're heading up. We're almost done. This is how you start a game. I've barely used like 2 fuel. I've used like 3 fuel this whole loop and 2 food. And so I'm gonna make like a ton of money, and I'll eventually have 200 echoes. And when I have 200 echoes, I'll start running the Salt Lions. And once I've done the Salt Lions enough to have 600 echoes, I'll start running Red Honey. And once I've run enough Red Honey to buy a couple mirror boxes and a merchant ship, then you do my strategy, my pro strategy, go on the surface, and you just become so rich, you don't even think about it anymore. And that's kind of the idea of Sunless Sea, is you do your tiers of crime. Everything is so immoral, but you become so rich. No, turning in the report doesn't change your days, so you can just keep doing it over and over again forever. Anyways, this is where I'm wrapping up my stream. I'm going to turn in my port reports. I'm going to have like more fuel than I need. I don't have anything. Oh, were my nightmares over 60? I must have left my light off too long. So what you don't want is you don't want a nightmare, because now I'm going to have to buy extra crew. I'm going to have to do his commission. His commission is Palmerston. I think it's almost always Palmerston. So that's why you want to find Palmerston first. That's fine. So I would just make that same loop again, because I need to go there. Oh, did you miss out on the pro strat? Let me show you the pro strat on how you... I'll do that before I sign off. But yeah, let me... Getting an iron will as soon as possible in a mansion is good. Just 1,000 echoes, but whatever. London. I'm going to open up the university because I had a secret, a saved one. And then I'm going to... I don't need that. It's only worth 5p, but whatever. Save those. You'll use them for your future captains. London. Romance to get the Scion going. I'm going to need crew. I usually don't have full crew, but I'm going to do it because I have a nightmare and it's going to eat my crew. Let's see. Space is saying something, but he's scrolling too fast for me. I'm just going to turn these in. Palmerston, NiteBrite, Cumaean Canal, Moody's, Lights, Bright, this thing, that thing. I could turn that in. I don't really know if I need to. I'm going to get a new quest. I didn't see what the quest was. Oh, Palmerston. So that's good. Fortuitous. So I would go back to Palmerston. I would get more information. I could sell these. I don't really need to. I might just hold on to them until I can. My stats are good enough. I mean, why not? You make better money on them, and they don't take any hold space. They aren't actually enough. When did I get a Soothing Copper Long Box? If I knew I had that, I would have gone to Station 3. Wow. Whenever I got that, I should have gone to Station 3 and got some heart metal and things like that. But so yeah, this is the basics of how do you start a new game. I hope it was informative. Let's save. I think that is the best save name. Actually, I wonder how that looks. Brilliant. Yeah, if you have less than 70 terror when you make it back, you don't get any nightmares. But with this nightmare, I might just go back to Avid Horizon and get the Gant Scar. I mean, why not? Anyways, let me show you the pro strat on how you make lots of money really fast. And then I'll wrap this up. This will be the end of the stream.